Howdy do, y'all. This is Tom the Beer Whisperer. How the heck are you? This is my very first beer on this holiday weekend as we go into Labor Day weekend here. And again, I want to point out, this is my very first beer because I'm going to do something a little different here. I want to talk about politics. So I don't want someone to say, Tim, you've been drinking. This is my very first beer. I just popped the damn thing. I don't usually talk about politics. I do every now and again. This one, I'm not necessarily delving into politics. I want to talk about something specific. I want to talk about Vice President Joe Biden. There's been a lot of speculation lately about whether he will or won't, or whether he should or shouldn't run for president. And most of it's been rather positive, most of the coverage, but every once in a while you see some negativity. I mean, I don't watch Fox News. I mean, this is, my patio's a douchebag free zone, and my living room's a douchebag free zone, so I don't watch Fox News. But every once in a while, some of that negativity will spill onto social media, and I'm not going to mention anybody or any social media specifically, but I think y'all are going to get the drift. And everyone's, this is a man, by most accounts, on both sides of the aisle, is a man of integrity and character. He's done a lot of great things for the country, whether you agree with his politics 100% or not. But I saw a post the other day that was just negative, bringing out a mistake the man made 30-something years ago. I mean, really, guys? Come on. or about 30 years ago. I mean, come on, guys. Totally forgetting the fact that this man has done a lot for this country, and forgetting the fact that this is just totally ignoring the fact that this is a man that just lost his son to cancer. The post was just so mean-spirited, and it really just didn't even make sense. It didn't really cover a whole lot of truth. It was just nasty for the sake of being nasty, and I really feel sorry for those folks. I think there's just a large part of American politics has just become so bitter. It's like the Sith. If you're not with me, you're against me. And some of these people are just so ate up with fear and hate that they take any chance they get to just slam somebody rather than focus on what's positive. And I do truly feel sorry for those folks. But getting on to my larger point. Let's have a drink. So that's a good place for a breather, huh? He released a statement. I'm going to paraphrase a little bit because I don't remember the exact statement. But he basically said he didn't want to get into it if he couldn't do it with his whole heart. And I think I understand what he meant by that more than most people. I think most are looking at it from a political standpoint, where I'm looking at it from more of a personal one. I don't know how Mr. Biden and his family feel, and those of you that know me know I truly hate that phrase because no one ever knows how anybody feels. But my wife and I lost our son to cancer as well. It's a different situation. Mr. Biden's son was an adult. Seamus was only 14, but in both cases we lost our son, we lost our child, and we lost somebody who we knew was going to, or already had, or still would, make the world a better place. And it's sad when you lose somebody like that, somebody you are just sure was going to do something incredible. And so in that regard, I think I know where he was coming from. When he said whole heart, because part of your heart dies when you lose a child. You have this pain that's within you, within your heart and your soul and your whole being that never goes away. It is just there with you all the time. So when he makes that comment, you have to understand I think it's probably more, but at least just as much personal than political. We saw a clip on the news where he was talking to the college, and he had that Joe Biden smile, and he was making a joke. And my wife makes the comment, his eyes look so tired. And I just kind of nodded and agreed with her. But inside I was saying to myself, he has the eyes of a man who just lost his son. And, I have those eyes. You just never see things quite the same again. You try to be the same person. You try to walk into the room with a smile and be who you're expected to be. But before it was natural, it was who you were, and now it's almost forced. And I kind of feel that with Mr. Biden. It just feels like He just has he just feels the weight of everything on him. And I got to be honest with you, we lost our son 2 years, it was 2 years, April 23rd. And it's something you just never get over. It's just with you constantly all the time. You are sad 24/7. You just try to find a way not to show people that you're really that sad, but you just are. And I'm lucky in the fact that I'm able to have a job that requires very little stress. Because I'll be honest, sometimes that's all I can do to get my backside out of bed in the morning and function. It takes all the strength I have to walk to the shower. It takes all the strength I have to then get my clothes on. It takes all the strength I have just to open that door. It takes all the strength I have to open that door and walk into work. And I have very little stress. I can't imagine how hard it is for the vice president with all he has on his plate and to also grieve and deal with the loss of his son. It is incredible. It's just a testament to what kind of person he is, that he is able to do that every day. So those of you that still want to be me, you don't have to like the man's politics, but you should have some compassion and empathy for what he has been through and what he's going through. And Mr. Biden, Mr. Vice President, I don't know why you'd be watching The Beer Whisperer, but if you happen to be, for whatever bizarre reason, you have my support whichever way you decide to go, whether you decide to run or not. And even though I know it was your son's wish that you run, I have the feeling that if you don't, I think he's going to understand why. I didn't know your son personally. I'm just kind of guessing from the stuff that I've read. But I have a feeling he's going to understand why if you decide not to this time out. You've been a great and decent man. And I know you're going to continue to be, whether you run for president or not. This is Tom the Beer Whisperer, and I don't know if the vice president's a drinking man or not, but here's to you and your family, sir. This is Tom the Beer Whisperer. We'll talk to you later.